My name is Tina VanHecke. I'm from Lavon, Texas, and I am the board co-director for Alley Rocks 405.
And I'm Tim VanHecke from Lavon, Texas also, and I'm the affiliate lead for Alley Rocks 405.
I participate in Alley Rocks 405 as a board member. I help Danette manage the day-and-day going-ons of the Alley Rocks 405 fund.
Other than being the affiliate lead, I'm one of the Alley Rocks famous dancers. I've always enjoyed woodworking, painting, you name it. If it uses my hands, I love doing it, whether it's work or for fun. So I do create a lot of things for the raffles, from kind of medieval shields, but with whatever the people want on them, to painting rocks, to painting paintings, to I made a broom.
Yeah.
Like a Harry Potter broom, but my version of it as one of the giveaways, and that was actually a lot of fun. Participating in the events, I enjoy coming to the events in both Oklahoma and Texas.
I always liked being creative, and I had gotten away from it as I became a mother and my life got busy. So this brought creativity back to me, but it's brought me joy and it's helped me, perfect that. I feel like this has become more of a community or a friendship or family than it is just being a part of a group. So I feel like we're more family than anything. I first heard about Alley Rocks 405 on Facebook. We were at Universal Studios on a mother-daughter trip with another Alley Rocks 405 family, the Iversons, and my husband was at home watching on Facebook, and he saw all these really cool rocks. Specifically, it was a dragon eye rock being hid. And so he had us going all over the park looking for it. And on our very last day, and Danette's very last day there, she was hiding a cup. And we had to recreate one of Allie's favorite pictures. And so we met under the Jurassic Park arch, and we created the picture of her and Allie running.
From her is kind of how I met Alley Rocks, but I didn't really meet them until the next time we went to the park. And that's kind of when the relationship truly started building. So at the time, I started thinking of ideas of somehow where I could paint something, because I enjoy painting, that might represent Allie and her family. I started this before I met Danette, and then I met her and some of the family. And then I was able to finish the painting after meeting her, because some of her favorite things, from the sunflowers to the lilies to her footprints, is what I kind of put here. She loved Harry Potter stuff, and then the phoenix kind of represents, new life, rebirth, and things of that. Up here is the Padfoot constellation in the clouds, and there's just various little hidden kind of things that represent her especially, but the family to some degree. So, and it was a couple of months to paint this. I painted it to help the family more than anything, because it just hit home. When my daughter had her cancer surgery, they had her on 2 blood infusion machines. She literally lost all her blood, and her organs were shutting down. So in our case, she did live. I painted my daughter just this panoramic, because she was walking the sunflower field. That's all my daughter remembers. And so that's what I painted for her. And so that led me to think, when I got to meet Danette, it just spoke to me. And then just the things that I'd learned about Allie and the family. And it actually has on the back a serious back quote: "The ones that love us never really leave us. You can always find them in here." So we get to help Jeanette, Frankie, Colin, and Emily, and the wonderful family and friends of Allie's, and everyone we've gotten to meet. We feel like we've got a second family, if you will, but we consider y'all like a first family too. So it's kind of cool.
I became obsessed with a SpongeBob Yin Yang rock, so much that for the trial, we were only supposed to paint sunflower rocks, and I painted it and I snuck it into our big group picture of all the sunflower rocks. But my favorite rock I painted was a giraffe's head, and that's actually the rock I left for Allie at the crash site.
Couple of my favorites. There is one, and Danette kept it. It is the sunflowers with Padfoot little paw prints coming off of the sunflowers. Flowers to me just represent not only beauty, but kind of life in general.
So we never got the pleasure of meeting Allie. We met the family after Allie had already passed. What we know about Allie was that she was pretty spunky, like a spitfire, maybe a little sassy, but super compassionate. So she had the caring and giving side of her while also being very spunky.
Snarky, has a very wicked sense of humor. And honestly, Sunshine, looking at her photos, you just see a lot of brightness.
Happiness.
I think she lived life to the fullest. That's just what she did. I think she understood for some reason that you just need to live life and enjoy those around you. I've never believed in drinking and driving, even when I was younger. I've never gotten drunk for a reason because one, I don't trust others around me. Two, I don't want to ever get behind the wheel with any level of alcohol in me. In teaching my kids, I've always taught them that if you're going to drink, drink at home, stay at home. Looking at this, what happened to Allie, getting killed by a drunk driver, and I just thought, what if my son or daughter, not really thinking, gets behind a wheel thinking, oh, they can drive, they could kill someone and not only destroy that family's life, but then their own. And to her point, we've expanded our family, so to speak, kind of on the good side of things, if you will, the silver lining. The creativity, the painting, the things I've always loved doing. It's almost like I have more than just doing it generically. I have something really cool to do it for, that people, they may find a rock I painted or a painting or something donated in a raffle, and it just speaks to them. And that's kind of the hope. Maybe that keeps them from drinking. It's helping in so many ways. That's kind of view that it's been a huge impact, because I've really enjoyed, using art and stuff to hopefully speak to someone.
And we always say that Allie makes sure the rocks find the right people. We've had a lot of hard times in our life. We kind of live life to the fullest. Just meeting a family who has also had hard times come in their life, it's given me, as a mom who's been through that, someone else to relate to. Just getting to know the family and all the kids, it's impacted our life greatly, just emotionally and as friends and as family. So I have a little saying I like to say, and it's, there's 7 days in a week and Sunday isn't one of them, so don't be a Sunday person. And I always said that to live life to our fullest. Everyone always says, well, I'm never going to get cancer, or I'm never going to XYZ. And I'm sure in a million years they never thought Allie would die in a car accident. Just be mindful of that when you get in a car, and know what you're doing.
Some closing notes just from, in Texas, because we live in Texas. Mm-hmm. The estimates right now for 2023 is 1,146 crashes involving alcohol, not including drugs. That's just alcohol, which involved roughly 2,100 vehicles. And the amount of people in that, many of which died or were killed from that drunk driving, 2,738 people. Like I said, many of which died. So please don't drink and drive.